Hello guys, I hope you're all doing great. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm preparing for my trip to Malta. So I'm just sharing this or taking you along with me on this journey just so that in case there is someone out there who is planning on taking a vacation or going on holiday but is not really sure of where to go, hopefully this video will enlighten you and even get you excited and hopefully plan a trip to Malta. So I hope you find this very useful. So I've done all the preparation. I've packed my bags. I've done my hair. I did this hair all by myself. I honestly didn't want to spend so much on this trip by going to the salon to pay huge sums of money. So I mean, this hairstyle would do. So I'll just keep styling it as I want, and I think it's okay. So I'll show you my bag. So I've got my bag fully packed here. I'm only allowed like 15 kg as per the flight I booked. I'm going with EasyJet. So I just weigh the bag and it's weighing 8.7 kg. So I'm within the weight allowance. And I've got this backpack which has my laptop. I've got my laptop and my charger. And I've also got this. I've also got my headphones. Apart from these two, I may also carry this as a handbag as and when I need to go about in town. So as I'm showing you all of this, the reason why I actually decided to book this holiday was what I've realized is most of us immigrants, when we come to the UK or travel abroad, our main aim is kind of just to work, work, work. We never even think of taking a holiday just to look after ourselves, just to see the world or see what's going on in other countries. And even if we take a holiday, it's back to our own home country. And you know how expensive it is to go back home on holiday. You can spend so much on plane tickets alone. And when you go back home, you know the pressure. Oh my God, I don't even want to go there. If you take a trip to any European country, it's closer to UK. It doesn't take so long for you to get there and it's so cheap. And even if you work with NHS, you can even get NHS discounts on holiday deals. I didn't really know of most of this, but then I've realized that, you know what, we have to enjoy as and when we work. We don't need to live our lives for others and then work and send money to people while we stay back, and not even enjoy what we are working for. So this is purely the main motive behind me taking or going on this trip. So if you're interested or if you've ever thought of going to any European country but you're not really sure of how to go about it, I'm sure a lot of people are interested, to see other places, but they don't really know the process involved or how to even go about applying for a Schengen visa. If you want to travel to Malta, you need a Schengen visa. Initially, I wanted to go to Portugal. I was just looking at countries that I could go and then just take a break from all of this, because anytime you're on annual leave, it's either you are doing overtime, doing bank shift, chasing up shift here and there with agencies. But I told myself, no, none of that anymore. If I'm on holiday, even if it's just 4 days, I'll just book a trip, go somewhere, just refresh myself, re-energize myself, and then come back. I initially wanted to go to Portugal, but it was so difficult getting an appointment. I kept checking on their website, but there was nothing. I even called them on phone and they told me the only way to book an appointment was on their website. I had already booked the annual leaves. I didn't want to waste it, so I decided to check Luxembourg. I realized that it was a bit cold at the time I wanted to go, so I decided to check elsewhere. So Malta just came up all of a sudden, and that's because I had talked to a friend of mine at our workplace who moved from UK to study in Malta. So that was how come Malta just came up automatically. So I just feel like, you know what, let me just go on their website and see if I can get an appointment. I went on their website to check for how to apply for Malta visa or how to even get an appointment. Their earliest date was around 3 weeks ahead, but I decided to book and reserve that date because I knew I still had time. It was still before the date. And when you apply for the visa, it can take up to 2 weeks for you to get your passport or for you to actually get the visa issued to you. So I knew I still had time, so I went ahead and booked that appointment. So when I went on their website, I filled out all the details. It's so easy. You don't need to pay anybody to actually book this for you. There are a lot of visa-free countries that you could go without even applying for visa. But Malta was something I had already started thinking of. So I just decided to go ahead, and hopefully another time I could book a holiday in any visa-free country. But honestly, the process in applying for the Schengen visa was so straightforward, and I don't really mind booking it again in the near future. If you need any help or if you need any advice, you can just put it in the comment section. I'm happy to answer. So when I filled out the form, there was a checklist that you had to print, and the checklist had a list of all the documents that you needed to bring along whilst you come to apply for your visa and do your biometrics. I'll show you the checklist so that you can get all of those documents ready in case you are planning on a trip. So this is how the online application form looked like. So this is the checklist I printed from their website. It's short stay Malta. So it gave me a list of all the documents that I needed to get ready whilst I go. So the first one was the main application form, which I filled online, printed it out and signed, plus a passport size photograph. So you need a normal UK standard size picture. So I went to a studio just to take that, but I wanted it to look nice because I know that normally that's what they will put in the passport. So that's what I just decided to do. I paid £15 for about 6 passport pictures, so I think it's quite good. I can still use it for something else. Also, they needed a flight reservation, so I did book a flight with EasyJet, and I printed out the reservation because it was part of the documents needed. They want to confirm that indeed you've booked the flight. They also wanted evidence of accommodation reservation. So if it's a hotel or Airbnb, they needed proof of that. So I did go to booking.com to book my hotel, and it's a reservation. I did not even pay because you don't need to pay for it. There are some that you have to pay whilst you're booking. Others, you can just make the reservation and you pay whilst you get there. So that was the option I went in for. And the cancellation is free up until like 24 hours before you get there. So even as I'm speaking, I've not paid for it. I've made a reservation, but then they sent me a confirmation in my email. I printed it out so that I could add it to the documents. For the hotel reservation, it's I think £230. So I'll pay when I get there. And that £230 is for 5 days, which I think is really good. And you also need a travel insurance. That is a must. They will not issue you the Schengen visa without a travel insurance. So I went online, searched for travel insurance for Schengen visa, and the one I used was AXA. I think I paid about £21 or so, and it covers me for that period. The reason why they want you to get a travel insurance, God forbid if anything should happen, if you get unwell and you have to go to the hospital whilst you're in that country, at least that insurance will cater for it. Because if you are not from that particular country, you will be expected to pay out of pocket if you go to the hospital in an emergency. So having the travel insurance will save you from having to pay money out of pocket should you feel unwell or go to the hospital in the Schengen country you are visiting. Another document was evidence of your employment status. Or I got a letter from my HR just to confirm that I work for this hospital. It states the salary when you started working for that hospital. It's just a letter they generate. If you contact your HR, they always get you that letter. Aside the letter I got from the HR, I also added about 3 of my recent pay slip. I think I added like 3 months pay slip as well. They also needed evidence of sufficient funds. So I printed my bank statements, and all they need is evidence of you having at least like £50 a day, depending on how many days you're going to spend in the country. So at least just have enough. Even if you have like £500 in your bank account at the time you printed your statement, and you know you're going to spend just like 4 or 5 days, that should be enough. You need your passport and your BRP as well. So far, these are the documents I submitted when I was applying for the Schengen visa. So when I went there to submit all my documents and my passport, it took about 2 weeks, and they posted it to my address because I paid for that service for home delivery because I didn't want to bother going all the way back to that embassy just to collect the passport. I'm also traveling with EasyJet, so they kept on sending me notifications about checking in, reminding you of your trip and what you need to do. So I've already done my check-in. They sent me an email confirming that I've checked in. They also sent the boarding pass. I've done the check-in and I've printed the boarding pass that was sent to me in my inbox. So I think I'm all set for now. What I don't need to forget, my passport and the BRP. And I'll put the boarding pass in the passport as well and keep this in my handbag. So I've got all my stuff packed up, and this is the bag I'm going to use like as a handbag if I need to go out to do anything. And I've also changed some money. So I've got my credit cards, which I can use to buy anything, but I also did change about £200. So £200, the currency for Malta is euro. So I just changed £200 and I got €235. I would have this in my bag as well, just so in case I go to a shop to buy something and they don't accept card, at least I've got some cash. Even in UK, some of the convenience shops, they don't take card, so you have to pay by cash. So at least I've got something with me in case I need to pay anything by cash. So my flight is at 7:25 in the morning and I'll get to Malta around 11:40. So I'm going to leave as early as I can to get to the airport to do all the necessary customs and all of that. I should leave the house at least by 5 o'clock and I should get to the airport. I'll just take a train and it will take me straight to the airport, Gatwick Airport. And I'll do all the check-ins and all of that. I'll try as much as possible take you on this journey and at least share with you this experience. So in case you are planning on a holiday and not really sure of where to go or how to go about this, hopefully this will be an inspiration for you. So this year 2024, it's not about overtime, bank shifts, sending money abroad anymore. We're just going to enjoy what we are working for. That's the motive behind this trip. So I'll try as much as possible and take you on this journey. I'm going to spend 5 days. So I'll get there on Monday morning and then I'm coming back to the UK on Saturday. So for these few days, I've got itinerary for the place I want to go. At least I know there are 2 islands that are closer to Malta. One is Gozo and one is Comino. So Malta is also like a small island. So there is a boat trip that will take you from Malta to Gozo. I'm planning on doing that. I'm also planning on going on another boat trip to Comino, which is also another island closer to Malta. Apart from that, I'm also planning to see the Blue Lagoon. Also, if you've watched this movie called The Game of Thrones, there is a part in The Game of Thrones that was shot in Malta, like some ancient building in Malta, and I'm planning to see that as well. Although I've not watched that Game of Thrones movie, but I would really love to see this building. And I'm also planning on going on like a city tour on that kind of bus tour that takes you around the city, just to have like a real feel of the city. And what else? Malta, I'm told, is not really a big country or a big island, so you can even explore the whole country, within the first few days if you want. So I'll try and enjoy this as much as possible. The hotel I booked is very, very nice. I will take you on a tour when I get there just to show you how the place is. And when you are in the balcony of that hotel or when you're in the balcony of the room, you can have a very nice view of the city. So I can't wait to experience this. I can't wait to share with you all that I will experience in Malta. So if you're interested, follow along, and if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel and I'll share with you everything that I experienced in Malta. So see you on my next Malta vlog. Bye bye.